Alexa TV presents in 3, 2, 1. Dateline Schools with your host, Terry Harrington.
Well, this week on Dateline Schools, we have the privilege of visiting the St. Clair County Health Department and learning more about the measles outbreak that we're seeing here in the country and what we can be doing to prevent that. And all my special guest with all the advice and the tips is nursing supervisor here at the health department, Margaret Sturgis. And Margaret, you mentioned that these diseases are pretty contagious, but how do they spread? I mean, what has to happen for something like this to spread as wide as we've seen it so far?
Well, measles is a highly contagious viral illness, and it lives in the throat and nose mucus of an infected person. So when that infected person coughs or sneezes, they are expelling that virus into either the airspace or onto a surface. And measles virus can live for up to 2 hours on an infected surface or in the air that another person may breathe. Measles is so contagious that if a person has measles, 90% of the people who are in contact with that person they're not protected with immunization, they'll also get measles. And it's one of the most highly contagious viruses we know of.
Great. Now, is it ironic that it's happening during the cold and flu season where a lot of us are sneezing and all of that, or is that just happens with what's happened with this particular outbreak this year?
Well, actually, for this outbreak, what they presume started has not necessarily has to do anything with the weather, but it's assumed that in this current outbreak, a person went to another country, became infected with measles, visited the Disneyland parks in California, and then exposed other people, who then exposed people in airplanes, emergency departments, outpatient clinics, schools, and daycares.
Now, is measles really harder on an adult than, say, a child?
Absolutely. The older you get with measles, the more severe your symptoms are and the sicker you feel.
We'll be back with more tomorrow. For Dateline Schools, I'm Terry Harrington.